Hi students, how are you? I hope all are fine and doing good. Stay at home and be safe. Eat healthy food. Take your food on time. Avoid going out. Wash your hands frequently. In this class, we are going to see after 20 years supplementary. William Sidney Porter, known by his pen name O. Henry, was an American short story writer. His stories are known for their surprise ending. O. Henry was born in Greensboro, North Carolina on September 11, 1862. His father was a physician. His mother died of tuberculosis when he was 3. He was educated at his Aunt Liana's private school until he was 15, and his teen years he worked at his uncle's pharmacy and became a licensed pharmacist. He moved to New York in 1920 and began publishing stories frequently in all of the top magazines. His works romanticized the life of ordinary people in New York City. His stories are well known throughout the world. They express the effect of coincidence on character and often had unexpected twists in the end. His stories are also noted for their witticism and clever word play. His short story, After 20 Years, was the first published in the Sunday edition of the New York World in 1905. A few of his other popular short stories are The Gift of the Maggie, The Cop and the Anthem, The Ransom of Red Chief, A Retired Reformation, and The Third Ingredient. After 20 Years by O. Henry is a story with a twist about how the people can change over time yet keep their bonds of relationship intact. This lesson will explore the three characters of Pope, Jimmy, and the other patrolman. The situation in After 20 Years is simple and clarified defined. A man stands on a New York street waiting for a friend whom he had to meet 20 years earlier, and he explains his story to a passing policeman. It is a situation that can be understood by cultures all over the world by one generation after the next. The policeman on duty moved up to the wide street magnificently. The magnificence was a regular routine one, was not for any show, as the spectators over there were very few. The time was not at 10 o'clock at night, but chilly gust of wind with a few drizzles made the street almost bare without anyone walking on it. The policeman walks along the block testing the doorknobs of business, making sure that they were locked and secured against burglars. The officer, with his physically strong form and a confident walk, make a fine picture of a guardian of the peace. The surrounding area was one that is kept open till the early hours. Now and then you might see the lights of the cigarette store or all in night lunch counter, but the majority of the doors belong to the business places that had long since been closed. In the midway of a certain flock, the policeman suddenly slowed his walk. At the doorway of the hardware store, which was dark, stood a man with an unlit cigar in his mouth. As the policeman walked up to him, the man spoke up quickly. Before the officer began to question him, the man assured him that he is not a burglar. He was merely waiting for a friend. It was an appointment made 20 years ago. It sounds funny. He assured that he would explain to him. If he thinks he is telling the truth, he said that long ago there used to be a restaurant where the hardware store stands. The restaurant was Big Joe Brady's restaurant. The policeman said that 5 years ago that restaurant was torn down. The man in the doorway struck a match and lit his cigar. The light showed the face of a pale, square jawed person with sharp eyes and the little white scar near his right eyebrow. His scar pin was a large diamond which was set odd. The man said that 20 years ago, that night, he dined there at Big Joe's Brady's with Jimmy Wells, his best friend and the finest chap in the world. Both of them grew there together in New York as two brothers. He was 18 and Jimmy was 20 years old. The next day morning, he was to start for the west to make his fortune. He couldn't drag Jimmy out of New York, as he thought that New York was the only place on earth to lead a good life. So they agreed to part that night and meet after 20 years from that date and time, no matter whatever their conditions might be or from what distance they might have come. They thought that in 20 years each of them ought to have their destiny worked out of their fortune to be made whatever they were going to be. The policeman said that it was very interesting to know the long time between meets. He questioned the man whether he had spoken to him since he had left. The man answered that for a time they corresponded, but after a year or two they lost track of each other. As West is a vast system or area, he was busy working his fortune, but he was sure that Jim would meet him there here if he is alive, as he was always the truest old chap in the world. He would never forget to come here. He had come 1,000 miles to stand in that door that night, and it's worth if his old partner turned up. The waiting man pulled out a handsome watch. Its lid was studded with a small diamond. He was anxiously waiting for his friend. This is clear when he announced to the policeman that it was 3 minutes to 10. It was exactly 10 o'clock. Then they parted there at the restaurant door. When the policeman asked him whether he had made a good fortune in the West, he assured that he did, and he hoped that his friend Jimmy would also have done half as well. He said that he was a good fellow and a hard worker. He assured that he had a fight for his success. In New York, a man doesn't change much. In the West, you learn how to fight for what you get. The policeman twisted and spinned his club and took 2 steps back, saying that he had to do his duty and so he should be leaving. He also wished that his friends would come on time and asked him whether he was going to call him on him sharp. To this the man answered that he would give him half an hour at least. If this friend Jimmy was alive on earth, he would be there by that time. The policeman wishes him good night and goes about his job, drying doors as he went. There was a fine cold drizzling and the wind was blowing steadily. The few foot passengers walking in that area hurried sadly and silently along with good collars turned high and with pockets stirred hands. The man who had come 1,000 miles to fulfill his appointment, uncertain almost to foolishness, with a friend of his youth, stood in the doorway of the hardware store. He smoked his cigar and waited. The man waited for 20 minutes. Then a tall man in a long overcoat with a collar turned up to his ears hurried across from the opposite side of the street. He went directly to the waiting man. He asked him doubtfully whether he was a boob. The man thought he was Jimmy Wells. The new arrival, clasping his hands, exclaimed with joy that he was certain that he would find him there if he was still in existence. He also disappointed that the old restaurant had gone since 20 years was a long time. He wished that the old restaurant lasted so that they could have another dinner there. He questioned the man how had the West treated him. The man said that the West had given him everything he asked it for, but he recognized that his friend had changed a lot as he never thought he was so tall by 2 or 3 inches. The answer he got for this was that a new arrival had grown a bit after he was 20 years old. The man named Pope questioned in the new arrival whether he was doing well in New York. The new arrival answered that he had a position in one of the city department. He invited Pope to come to the place known to him and to have a good long walk about old times. The man from the west was beginning to boast of his importance by outlining the history of his career. The other, submerged in his overcoat, listened with interest. At the corner street stood a drugstore, brilliantly lit with the electric light. When the two men came into the brightness of light, they turned simultaneously to gaze upon the other's face. The man from the west stopped suddenly and released his arm. He identified the new arrival was not Jimmy Wells, as he was sure that his friend's nose would not change from a Roman to a buck, even though it is 20 years since they met. The new arrival said that a period of 20 years sometimes changes a good man into a bad one, and that the man from the west called Silky Bob had been under arrest since they met 10 minutes ago for the warrants issued in Chicago. He added him to come with him, and before they go to the situation, he gave him a note handed by the patrolman. Well, he asked him to read it at the window. He unfolded a little piece of paper handed to him. His hands were steady when he began to read, but it trembled a little by the time he had finished. The note was short. It read, Bob, I was at the appointed place on time. When you struck the match to light your cigar, I saw it was the face of a man wanted in Chicago. Somehow, I couldn't do it myself. So I went around and caught a plain clothes man to do the job. இந்த ஸ்டோரியில் 2 ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க அப்படின்னா 20 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் மீட் பண்ணுறாங்க. சரியா, ஒரு ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்டில் சாப்பிட்டுட்டு அந்த 20 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் வந்து நம்ம இதே இடத்துல சந்திக்கணும் அப்படின்ட்டு போயிடுறாங்க. ஒருத்தர் வந்து நியூயார்க்கில் இருக்காரு, இன்னொருத்தர் வந்து வெஸ்ட்டை நோக்கி போயிடுறாரு. அப்போ 20 வருஷம் கழித்து இந்த போப் வந்து திரும்பி வந்து அந்த இடத்துல நிற்கிறார். அந்த இடத்துல வந்து நின்று பார்த்தோம்னா அந்த ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்லாம் வந்து ஹார்வர்ட் ஸ்டோராக மாறி இருக்குது. அப்படி நின்றுக்கிட்டு இருக்கப்போ வந்து இன்னொரு போலீஸ்மேன் வர்றாரு. 2 பேரும் பேசிக்கிட்டே இருக்காங்க. எதுக்காக நீங்கள் வெயிட் பண்ணுறீங்க, யாருக்காக அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு எல்லாமே அவங்களுடைய ஸ்டோரியை வந்து கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக நரேட் பண்ணுறாங்க. 20 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி நான் அந்த இடத்துல சாப்பிட்டுட்டு நாங்கள் 2 பேரும் பிரிஞ்சு போனோம். இப்போ என் ஃப்ரெண்டு வந்து கண்டிப்பாக வருவார், உயிரோடு இருந்தாருன்னா கண்டிப்பாக வருவார் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்கிறாரு. அப்போ அப்படியே பேசிக்கிட்டே இருக்கும்போது இந்த போலீஸ்மேன் வந்து திடீர்னு எனக்கு வேலை இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவர் போயிடுறாரு. அப்போ கொஞ்சம் நேரம் கழித்து இன்னொருத்தர் வர்றாரு. இன்னொருத்தர் வந்தோடனே என்ன பண்ணுறாரு அப்படின்னா, வாங்க நடந்து போய்கிட்டே இருக்கலாம், நீங்கள் போப்பா அப்படி இப்படின்னு பேசிக்கிட்டே இருக்காங்க. 2 பேரும் பேசிக்கிட்டே இருக்கும்போது பேசிட்டு போகும்போது கொஞ்சம் தூரத்தில் வந்து நீங்கள் என்ன வேலை பார்க்குறீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கேட்குறாரு. நான் இந்த வில்லேஜில் ஒரு நல்ல பொசிஷனில் இருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த வந்தவர் வந்து சொல்கிறாரு. சொல்லிகிட்டே இருக்கும்போது இவர் சொல்கிறாரு, என்னுடைய ஃப்ரெண்டு வந்து உயரமாக வளர்ந்ததை கூட அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம், ஆனால் அவருடைய மூக்குமாக வளர்ந்துரும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இவர் கேட்குறாரு. அந்த நோஸ் வந்து என்னுடைய ஃப்ரெண்டு நோஸ் இல்லை, உண்மையை சொல்லுங்கள் நீங்கள் யார் அப்படின்னு கேட்கும்போது அவர் கையில் ஒரு பீஸ் ஆஃப் பேப்பர் இருக்குது. அந்த பீஸ் ஆஃப் பேப்பரை வந்து கொடுக்குறாரு. அப்போ சொல்கிறாரு, டியர் ஃப்ரெண்ட் வந்து நான் வந்து இந்த அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் டைமில் நாங்கள் வந்தேன், உங்களை வந்து பார்க்க வந்தேன். அப்போ அந்த போலீஸாக யார் வந்து இவரோட பேசிக்கிட்டு இருந்தாரோ அவர் தான் இவரோட உண்மையான ஃப்ரெண்டு. நான் வந்தேன், ஆனால் நீங்கள் வந்து லைட் பற்ற வச்சு அந்த சிகரெட்டை வந்து ஆன் பண்ணுறப்ப பார்த்தோம்னா உங்களுடைய ஃபேஸை வந்து பார்த்தேன். அந்த ஃபேஸ் வந்து என்னென்னா சிகாகோவில் நீங்கள் ஒரு வாண்டட் கிரிமினல் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து நான் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன். அதனால வந்து என்னால் வந்து நேரடியாக அரெஸ்ட் பண்ண முடியல, அதனால் நான் என் ஃப்ரெண்டை அனுப்பியிருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு மற்றொரு போலீஸ்மேனை அனுப்பியிருக்காரு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்கிறாரு. இவருக்கு ரொம்ப சேமாக இருந்துச்சு. இதுதான் அந்த ஆஃப்டர் 20 years வந்து ஹவு த 2 friends met each other. இதுதான் அந்த ஸ்டோரி. In this class, we learn about the story after 20 years. Okay, after 20 years, how the 2 friends reunited after 20 years. That's what we have seen in this story. Watch the video once or twice and learn the story thoroughly. We will meet in the next video. Thank you, children.